everyone, Bid wins here. In accordance with what I said in our introduction video, where I said we are going to start our courses with investment, how to invest with the stock market. I'm here to show you what stock is and how you can start investing today. So let's get started without wasting much of your time. Today we are going to talk about stock, and during the discussion I'm going to show you how you can buy MTN Airtel stock with as low as 500 naira. So as you're buying data or airtime, you can also be getting some profit. As you're watching movie also, you can also be getting some profit from Netflix. And I will show you how you can buy Netflix stock with as low as 500 naira. Let's go there. According to the Oxford Dictionary, it has two definitions, which is the second one that concerns stock market, and it says that it's the capital raised by a company or corporation through the issue and subscription of shares. Please, before you even start this video, please know that there are some things you should know before starting investing. That the stock market is not a get rich quick scheme. It is not a place where you say I will invest today and I will get back today. It is for a long time, understand? So it's just like real estate, where you can invest and it will take time for the money to appreciate. So it's not a get rich scheme, and it only favors long-term investors. It's not for people that maybe you buy today and get tomorrow. What you understand? And it's not something you can get money quick. So when you want to invest in this market, it shouldn't be your only source of income. This one should just be like a part. For people that know me very well, I'm a web designer and also an affiliate marketer. You understand? So I don't have to focus on stock. I buy stock, but so it's always good to diversify your income. So stock should just be a way to diversify your income, not your main source of income. You understand? So when you hear when I say you're going to buy MTN or Airtel stock, so when you're buying data, as you're buying data now, or you're using, because I know you might be burning up to 100k a year. So if you don't know, if you calculate it, you might have burned more than 100k a year. So check it. Which people are eating that money? If you have been using MTN, the stockholders are the ones who are eating the money. And remember, the people anybody that owns share is called a shareholder or a stockholder. So that's why I said when you buy stock, you can buy stock. Maybe your stock can increase by buying data or buying airtime, both in MTN or in Airtel. So another thing you have to know is that you have to always research before investing. Before you take 1 naira from your account, please make sure you research before you take any decision about stock market. Before you invest in any company, make sure you know the company's foundation, how they started and where they want to go, their mission and their vision, everything. Like, study them, analyze them. Don't just invest because I said that you can invest as much. Before you invest in any company, make sure you go into thorough study the company very well. Know how the company works, the management, how they are operating the company. You can see Netflix, how it works, because Netflix, the person that is operating is trying. And the people that this stock markets are favor very well are the people that are invested in Tesla years back in 2010, 2009. They are making billions today. As you can see on the screen, they are hitting millions. So had it been, I invested that time, but it shouldn't be an excuse for you not to invest. You can start investing today. So another thing you have to know is that you don't really need to be an expert before starting. You don't need to be an expert before you start investing, because the trader can analyze, they will go through. You don't need to know much before you start investing. You understand? For traders, which are the furthest traders, they have to analyze to know how it goes up. You still need that one. You can still, maybe in our next video I can still explain those ones, but not today. So another thing you have to know is that the stock market is what built Warren Buffett and other billionaires. So what are you still waiting for? Imagine when I was in secondary school, I remember in my SS1 I invested $50 in Netflix. Was it Netflix? Because I put 100,000 in my Drove account that time. So I remember I invested like it's 25-20, because I divided it into 4. 25 Tesla, 25 Netflix, 25 MTN, and 25 Amazon. And today, let me tell you what I have in my account. So I cannot disclose it to you, but I know it's clocking up to 300,000. Because as of this year, as Tinubu entered this state in Nigeria today, the dollar rates increased. So that is it. You don't need to be an expert. I wasn't an expert before I started, but today I'm making millions. To tell you the truth, I've made more than $500,000 in this stock market. So you too can do so if you want to. And don't think that stock is something you must analyze. You have to study it very well. I've explained to you, I've given you a brief illustration of what you are going to study today, and let's get started. What is a stock? A stock is a form of security that indicates the holder has proportionate ownership in the issuing corporation and is sold predominantly on stock exchange in a layman understanding. In a layman understanding, a stock is a general term used to describe the ownership certificate of any company. It is a general. So when you hear someone saying I have this, I remember one of my friends that told me that when his father died in 2014, that they saw something when they were searching his room or cleaning his room. They saw that the father has invested in, I can't remember the name, but I was saying, he said that the father had invested in one company like that back in 2004. So you can imagine how much that was in the account. The father invested 1.5 billion then, and today the account is reaching up to 25 million. So you can imagine. This is how we build futures. You build future from here. You don't just be eating. Let me tell you, you can start investing by, like, you can start investing today with as low as 1,000. You can start investing 1,000 a day, or 1,000 a week, or even 1,000 every month. You're investing 1,000 every month. So I always tell people, invest as your power reach. In our own pidgin English, that's how I say it. Invest as your power reach. Don't just go and start investing. Maybe you want to invest like Buffett Buffett. That is not it. So another thing you have to also know is the way it works. You have to understand. So in this point I would like to tell you the meaning of share. And a share is a portion or segment of a larger sum that is distributed among multiple individuals or to which several people contribute. One of the equal parts into which a company capital is. A share is a portion or segment of a larger sum that is distributed among multiple individuals or to which several people contribute. One of the equal parts in which a company capital is entitling or granting the holder to a proportion of the profit. It can also be seen as a unit of stock issued by a corporation that represents ownership. It can also be seen as a unit of stocks issued by a corporation that represents ownership. So you can see that the stock is just stock and shares. They are almost the same thing. In fact, they are the same thing. You understand? So when you hear shares or stocks, they're almost the same, but I'm going to differentiate the two so that you understand, because that is why this tutorial is for you, so that you understand what stock. So I said here, the terms stock and share are often used interchangeably, but they have distinct meaning in the context of finance and investing. By definition, stock is a broader term that refers to the ownership or equity interest in a company. It represents the total capital or ownership of the company, which is divided into shares. While share is a unit of ownership in a company. Do you understand now? So stock represents the total capital or ownership of the company, while share is a unit of ownership in a company. When a company issues stock, it is divided into smaller units. Do you understand now? That means when, let me say, a piece of cake, it is divided into slices, into chunks. So that's what I mean here. Each called a share. Just a share of a cake now, a chunk of a cake or a piece of a cake. You understand? This share represents individual ownership, stakes in the company. I know you might be confused. That's why I did this, wrote them down. It's for you to understand, and also when you are confused, you can also check back here. So that's why maybe by now you might have understood the difference between stock. I believe by now you might have the difference between the two. So then I said here in summary, stock is an overall ownership interest in the company's in a company, while share refers to the individual units into which the ownership is divided. So owning stock means having a general ownership interest in a company, and owning shares means having specific quantifiable units of that ownership. When someone said that they have stock in a company, indicating a general ownership interest in the company's overall equity. If anyone says they own shares in a company, they are specifically referring individual units ownership they hold in that company. If you don't understand anything, you can still check the written terms I wrote here. So that is it. So to this one, I just said let me do everything once, so that as I get in this video, it will be okay for you, so that you understand everything. Anything you don't understand, I have a course which you can register, but it's paid for, sure. But after this place, if you feel that this one is not enough, you can register for the course and you join. So I said here, what is stock exchange? In this scenario or in this context, a stock exchange is a marketplace where securities such as stocks and bonds are bought. Going further, it is a market hosted by an institution or any governmental body where shares, stocks, debentures, bonds, futures, options, etc. are traded. Maybe I'm fast, but you can still pause the video. A stock exchange is a meeting place for buyers and sellers. This can be brokers, agents, individuals. The price of the commodity is decided by the rule of demand and supply, and so when we are in school, they taught us economics, so you understand the principle of demand and supply. If you don't understand, it is not even a big thing, but you have to understand that stock exchange in this term is a place, is an app. Let me say it's not an app. I won't say it's an app. because I will still show you the place to analyze your market, the stock brokers. So it's just a place like a website where you can get a stock or bonds. In this scenario, stock exchange is a marketplace where securities such as stocks and bonds are bought. For a government or banks can sell share, you can come to the bank and buy share, and after you can sell it. But today you can buy it from anywhere in the world. Anywhere you can buy any stock from any company. As long as that company have listed their stock for sale, you can buy it. It's not a must that you must buy a share, maybe one share. You can buy a unit of a share. Let me say now the worth of the share of Amazon now is $200 and something. You can buy some fraction of the share. You can buy a fraction. So, and I also said here, maybe you might not understand. I don't need to explain everything here, but I will go into details more when you go to the courses, but I need to explain the fundamental of this. So I said here, what are securities? A security in a financial context, because it's not the security you have in your house, sorry, it's not the one in your street or in your house, is a certificate or other financial instrument that has monetary value and can be traded. Securities are generally classified as either equity security, such as stock and debt security, such as bonds and departures. A security is just like a certificate given to you. Maybe that time you used to go to banks, they will give you like some documents that shows that you are a part owner of that company. It shows that you can be traded, that you can sell it, or you can buy. No, when you have gotten a security of a particular stock, you can only sell. So that's why I mean types of securities: are debt security, equity security, derivative security, and hybrid securities, which are also the combination of debt and equity security. I will explain this more in details in the course, because for this video not to be too long, I will just be shortening it. So to go in details more when you go to the course that I have hosted. So here I said, in the nutshell, security refer to the tradable financial instruments that hold some form of monetary value. It can include stock, bonds, and other investments. In this context now, security is just like portfolio, just a place where your stocks are listed. It refers to the tradable financial instruments that hold some form of monetary value. It can include stocks, bonds, and other investment instruments. Securities represent a form of ownership or debts in a company or governmental entity and are bought and sold in financial markets. Investors purchase securities as a means of investment with the expectation of earning a return, either through capital appreciation, interest payments, or dividend. I think I explained some of this in this video, but you will get it more when you follow. For this video now, I can only explain this for now, but if you want more, you can subscribe or go so that you'll be getting more of my videos. You can still hold firm. Here also I said, how does the stock market work? I said the stock market helps companies so that you know the function or why people list their stocks for sale. I said here, the stock market helps companies raise money to fund operations by selling shares of stock, and it creates and sustains wealth for individual investors. Companies raise money on the stock market by selling ownership stakes to investors. These equity stakes are known as shares of stocks. Also, for every stock transaction, there must be a buyer and a seller. So guys, our next video might be coming up on Friday, next week Friday. So do well to subscribe so that you can see the video. Turn on the notification button and you can ask any question which you have here. There will be no, if I mention anything about course anything in the video, there will be no course. So I will do everything here on YouTube, and you can join our family on WhatsApp so that you can get more updates about stock and how to start investing both online and offline. Please, if you have watched up to this period, at this point, please do well to subscribe, turn on the notification button, give this video a like, and you can ask your question on the comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day.